When it comes to losing or gaining weight, there is one tool that is absolutely essential, at least in the beginning of your journey for every individual. That tool will be discussed in this video. Before we do jump into this video, I would like to give a slight little shout out to the current sponsors that I currently hold on to, such as First Form, GBT, LUJO, FINO, and HELIMIX. If you guys want to support in any way, shape, or form, you guys can go to hit the link in the description to shop these brands, because further support will help me continue to push out content. Thank you ahead of time. I get asked on a daily basis what the secret to weight loss or weight gain is, and I ask the same question to everybody when they ask me this. I say, are you currently tracking your meals? Do you currently have a food scale? Well, most of the time, the answer is usually no, but if it is yes, it's, oh yeah, I have it, but I just don't use it as often. The reality is that this might be the reason why you're not making the gains that you're looking to make. A lot of times, the average American is consuming around 7 times the recommended portion size. While this may not seem like something that's really major, it definitely can play a huge role over time as you decide to still try to be in a caloric deficit. On the other side of things, for caloric surplus, the average person trying to gain weight doesn't even understand how many calories it takes for them to put on the amount of lean muscle mass that they're looking to put on. When it comes to putting on lean muscle mass, you need both a stimulus, rest recovery, as well as the nutrition side of things, which would be your protein intake. If you're not consuming enough calories, it is going to be extremely tough for you to be able to replenish the fibers that you decide to tear through while you are training. Your body's maintenance calories can actually increase, especially when you decide to eat more. On the other side of things, typically somebody who is larger than you will have a faster metabolism. That's typically why somebody who's, let's say, 300 pounds has a higher deficit and can eat more food while still losing weight than somebody who is, let's say, 160 pounds. Your BMR is how fast your metabolism is, or in other words, the calories you burn at rest without doing anything at all. This doesn't even account for the fact that you're doing activities on a daily basis like walking, running, doing work, and other activities such as playing sports or getting active in any way, shape, or form. A common misconception is that people who lose weight only need a food scale. People who gain weight also need one. It is important to understand how many calories you have going in on a daily basis, and typically it takes a longer time to put on muscle than it does to burn body fat, which means you consistently have to have a higher intake for a long period of time. Usually a bulk lasts around 6 to 12 months. Now go ahead and ask yourself, on both the weight loss and the weight gain side, have you used the food scale consistently for more than 3 or 4 months? If the answer is no to both of those questions, if you decided to implement this, you might see a significant change in your lifestyle. Lucky for you, I have my Amazon store linked in the description, so you guys can go and grab the food scale that I use on a daily basis. Alright, so skipping through my morning routine, the day already gets started as I prepare to hit the field for the first time in weeks. I'm getting all my stuff ready to go, but at the same time, I still had to check in with all my clientele. Every morning, I decide to contact every last one of them, check up on them, see how they're doing mentally, physically, emotionally, and also just giving them the rundown for the rest of the day and what they're going to be looking for. I go over their nutrition from the previous night, or if they did everything up to par with how I planned. From there, I get ready to head out and start my day. Now, today's a little bit different because, like I said, I hit the field for the first time in weeks, probably months. Got my cleats in hand, got everything ready to go, got my energy drink ready to go as well. The field's only about 10 minutes from my house, if even, probably even less. A lot of times I choose different fields to go to. Sometimes I go to fields that have hills, but this particular field has everything that I possibly need as far as the turf, the stairs, as well as a calisthenics area that I typically would use. Today is not one of those days though. There's something about just walking on grass, being an ex-football player, that just feels so nostalgic. Go ahead and lace up the cleats, throw them on, get ready to go. And then I immediately begin my warm-up. I always warm up by adding some jogs and some sprints, some light sprints in. This can vary based on the day. Typically, I'll either go for 2 laps, but this time I ran some gassers. For those who don't know about gassers, it's simply where you just run the side of the field. It's about 53 yards in length, 160 yards is a total. From there, we stretch it out, try to make sure everything is loose, because actually back in October, I pulled my hamstring for the first time in my life, and I will never do it again. So I really prioritize this stretching routine, especially as I get older. Everybody's always talking about how you lose your mobility the older you get. I believe that happens if you allow it to. So I do my best to stretch out my lower body so I can feel as loose as possible and lower the risk of being injured. From there, we jump straight into it. I personally like to enjoy my cardio, so I add in drills, primarily around positions that I used to play, such as defensive end or linebacker. A lot of times this is important because speed and agility drills allow for those fast twitch muscle fibers to get active as well. From there, I always finish out with some sprints, typically about 20 or 30 yards, but that's pretty much the end of that workout. Prior to me stopping for this lunch, I did work out at the gym and got a light leg day in, but the gym that I was going to did not allow me to record, so it's all fine. I think it's more important that you guys start seeing what I've been eating on a daily basis regardless anyways. IHOP has this interesting order that you can definitely grab. It's only about 20 bucks. You grab some sirloin tips, you ask for a side of pancakes, protein pancakes preferably. You have another side for like hash browns or potatoes, and then you can also ask for an extra order of sirloin tips so you get double meat. The macros on this are literally insane, and the taste is phenomenal. I'd highly recommend it whether you are cutting or if you want to add in some other stuff while bulking, you can. I'd highly recommend it while you are trying to diet. The doorbell rang, had to grab our package from First Form. New products just landed and touched down. We do have an unboxing coming later in this video. I order monthly from First Form. Because I'm an athlete, I do get a good stipend, but a lot of times I'll be wanting more stuff, especially since I'm trying to replace everything that I don't have anymore. But if you guys do want to order, the athlete link is in the description. This evening, we actually had a client call, so directly after I got the package, I had to run upstairs and hop on this call to chat. I really just want to do this. We can call this to say I'm proud of you for doing what you're currently doing, because it will definitely be in touch more, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
From there, we did our unboxing. Got some new protein, some magnesium, and some other key players that are going to play a huge role in my diet moving forward. I'd highly recommend the protein, the watermelon, the magnesium, the CLA, and the GI Advantage. We got some merch as well. Been using this gym bag every day since I got it. But post unboxing, we went ahead and made some dinner. Now, remember how I told you I missed out on breakfast? Yeah, had to make sure we got that in. So rather than planning a whole new meal, have to worry about thawing things out, figuring out what to even have with it, and even change up the macros a little bit, decided to just go with the basics, grab all my products, and go with breakfast for dinner. This meal takes nothing but 20 minutes to make, if even, to be honest with you. And I enjoy making it every single time. As usual, I use fat-free ham, some egg whites, typically around 150 to 200 grams. Usually have this with 2 English muffins, perfectly toasted. And to top it all off, I typically just have some honey on top of it as like a glaze. The honey adds most of the flavor to this meal, and it honestly just makes it way more enjoyable. Don't worry, we got more honey coming next week. Now we got our nightly routine. The last nighttime routine was on a smaller, simple day. Tonight, we going all in. We got our pre-shower products and our post-shower products. All of this, had to trim up the chin a little bit, make sure the mustache stands out a little bit more. Peter mustache, you already know what the deal is. And just a heads up, I want to apologize for the current video quality. I don't know why it dropped off as I was editing, but hey, it won't happen again, hopefully. I'll say it again. I'm so glad that I took my skincare to a whole nother level. It definitely has brought out the sleeping beauty in me. And to be honest with you, I don't think I can go a day without using at least some form of skincare product now. Regardless, there's still days where I forget to do certain things, don't have time to, but it's all good. Directly after our skincare routine, decided to hop in the shower. And from there, we go to get dressed, brush our teeth, and finish out strong in the night. If you guys honestly do enjoy these types of videos, I'd appreciate a like, a comment, and a subscribe to the channel. Make sure you decide to be better than the person you were yesterday. I'm M3 Colby, part of the M3 Lifestyle, and we out.